Hello and welcome to the Voices of the GESDA Summit, and welcome to our two guests today, Lidia Brito, a former forest engineer with a master and a doctorate in forest and wood science from Colorado State University. She is also a UNESCO Regional Director for Southern Africa. And Ambassador Jürg Lauber, Ambassador Permanent Representative of Switzerland to the UN and other international organizations in Geneva. You both participated in a panel discussion called Navigating the Neurotech Compass. So let's start with, what is the compass? Maybe Lidia, you can start.
Thank you very much, and a pleasure to be here with you. I would say that the compass is really a tool that allow us, in one hand, by using the radar and the measurements we do in terms of neurotech development, so from the science perspective, checking that with the impacts that those developments will bring to society or are already bringing to society. And when we feel that, or we anticipate that we may have impacts that are not as desirable, if you want, then we need to check that also with the human rights frameworks, with the governance frameworks that we have in the industry. So if you want, it's almost like a tool that allows conversation between the different stakeholders, scientists, policymakers, diplomats, industry, society in general, about neurotech and neurosciences, and how can we make sure that these wonderful discoveries are really benefit for human society. So in a short, I would say that, I don't know, Jürg, your vision.
No, I completely agree. Because what we're trying to do in GESDA is really bringing the scientists together with the diplomats. Scientists help us understand what's happening down the line 5, 10, 15, 25 years ahead. And then they bring this information to the table, and then in the discussion with the diplomats, we identify what needs to be done on a regulatory side to promote the possible benefits and to contain, as Lidia said, the possible risks. Now, these conversations don't happen automatically. Even if you put people in one room, you need a tool, as she said, that makes this conversation happen. We don't know exactly yet what the compass is. We're still working on it, but the idea is, or the purpose it has to fulfill, is exactly that. Bring these people together, make it possible, make it so that they have this conversation.
So this compass, Jürg, is a tool to help bring people together so we can anticipate the implications in the future? Is that right?
Exactly. You know,
Okay.
it shows. Maybe that's why we use the expression of a compass. It looks around and sees, oh, there's a scientific breakthrough on the horizon. And then it looks at, oh, there is regulation, but the regulation is insufficient because it doesn't take into account either that aspect of society or that new breakthrough in science. And, oh, where are the people who need to address this? And it brings it all together.
Because neuroscience and neurotech is something that really implicates everyone. So this is really important for us to anticipate what's going to happen in the future.
Definitely, and there is quite a lot of debate in the sense that how much it can even change the concept of being a human being. So, and this is what, with the compass we are trying to do, is to say, okay, science is moving and technology is moving in this direction. These are the anticipated impacts individually and collectively, and how these will be then confronted, if you want, with this concept of human rights, of our privacy, of, you know, versus the benefits. So it's really a complex dialogue, and that's why you also need this interface between science, policymakers, and society, because it's in this dialogue, like Olaf was saying, we need to build trust among the different stakeholders, not only the scientists among themselves, but with policymakers, with society, because you also need good science and you need good technological developments that will resolve some of the issues we face. But we have to do that. That development is a right, a woman's right to participate in science, in producing science, in co-producing knowledge, and also of making sure that everybody benefits from those advances.
But Jürg, we have to regulate because unfortunately this could go very far. I mean, tech sciences could go very far. The benefits can be tremendous, but there also could be some real risks.
Exactly, and that's why we're here. That's with the scientists to help us understand or get an idea what's ahead of us. What are the promises of this technology, but what are the threats? And it's important to realize that it's not just about looking at threats, it's also looking at benefits. There's an enormous potential of benefits in medical-related science and others through neurotechnology. And we want to make sure that that comes to pass, that can develop, that it is accessible also to a wider range of society. So we need to look at both. But in order to now formulate a regulation that makes sense and that fulfills its purpose, those who do the regulations, the diplomats on international level, the lawmakers on national level, they need to have access to the best possible information and science. And there again, the compass comes in, there GESDA comes in, bringing the scientists and the diplomats and the lawmakers with other stakeholders of society together.
Thank you very much both for coming here today to talk to us about this incredible compass. Thank you.
Thank you very much.